61 million Americans are living with a disability, and to put that number in perspective, that is 1 in 4 people.
So a Westchester family impacted by those stats now making it their mission to raise awareness about living with a disability after their own daughter was diagnosed with a rare disorder. Their message is just one of hope.
We're amazed by her every single day and what she does. And in talking to other families who are going through this, I think they have the same sense that their child has taught them and the rest of their family more lessons about what it means to live and be happy in your life than anything else that they've come into contact with.
So those are the parents of 10-year-old Jordan Moore, who was diagnosed with what's called CDC syndrome at 20 months old. It's a syndrome so rare that it's really hard to find information or support for families who need it. And that's why the Moore family is doing everything they can now to change that.
Yeah, joining us this morning is disability advocate and proud parent Leah Moore, along with her daughter Jordan. Good morning. Welcome. We're so happy to have you both.
Morning.
Good morning.
Absolutely. You know, most people have never heard of CDC syndrome. So tell us, what is it and how does it affect people who are diagnosed with it?
So it stands for, Mommy will start. It starts for Cretisha. It's a deletion of the 5th chromosome. And we think it's what?
It was like water in the magical.
Yeah. Okay, hold on, Jordy. So it's 1 in 50,000 births have it. It's very rare. And it stands for cry of cat in French. So this little talkative cutie next to me, we were told she might never walk or talk. That's you as a baby.
Look how cute you are.
You know, and Jordan, first off, Jordan, love the sparkly dress you have on today. It looks very, very pretty. And you got the matching dress. I know, you look fantastic, right? So, Leah, tell us a little bit about when you first got that diagnosis, right? What was your initial reaction, and what were the resources available to you at that time to learn more about it?
So we were frankly devastated. In a lot of the work that I've been doing, I realized we had internalized a lot of these biases about what disabilities meant, that it was something to be mourned, that it was something really sad. But yet I had this beautiful child in front of me, full of light, and it didn't make sense to us. So through the last 10 years, through the support of the 5P- Society, through other families in our community who have children with disabilities, through our incredible support system, we realized that it wasn't us that had to get into the world. We needed the world to be more inclusive so that we could be a part of it. And that's really the work we're doing here.
You know what I love about this? Jordan, you are so talkative. You are so full of life. As soon as we said hello this morning, you had so much to say. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great.
You feeling great?
I want to talk about the big boys about how they thought the super pop need because the big boys.
Yeah, so I'm going to help Jordan here. She loves the Super Pops. It's a YouTube channel, and I believe that she thinks she's on it right now.
Oh, there you go,
well,
right?
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
The Super Pops, we have to listen to.
I love Super Pops.
It's so fantastic to hear her speak and to watch her grow and progress, because there was a point in time where you said, doctor said it was very unlikely she would ever walk and may never talk.
Correct. So everything, here she is, right? Every step that she's taken, we have learned to redefine the can'ts and the won'ts. That we're currently at the phase now about reading, and she has a lot of sight words, and each day she surprises us with what she can do. That was you again, yeah. And she's full of joy, and it is helping us to reframe what the conversation needs to look like, and how other kids can get to know her and have access to her. And
that's what's so amazing. That's what's so amazing for both of you, you know, because Jordan, as we can see here, you're able to communicate, Jordan, right? You're able to go to school. You can interact with other children. That's amazing. But not all children diagnosed with CDC can actually do that. And then you talk about this whole idea, and I found this so important to bring about, and that is this idea of implicit bias. You touched upon it when it comes to raising Jordan, right? It made you aware of this implicit bias when it comes to people with disabilities. I volunteer, and I'm a director of a camp for those with disabilities, and all we want to do is create a more inclusive world for people with special needs, but it's up to everyone else to want to be able to learn. And when you see Jordan, how could you not, right?
I mean, exactly. I've learned from my own practice in the classroom and also from being a proud mom that there's a difference between kindness and inclusive, and there's a difference between being invisibly, right, keeping kids invisibly polite. We're not going to be rude, we're not going to bully them, but we're not also inviting them to sit at our lunch table.
Right.
We're not finding that where they are in their classroom if they're in a self-contained environment. And anyone who spends a little time with Jordan, I mean, she's just infectious.
We can tell.
Happy child. Her receptive language is really strong. Her expressive language is really strong.
Yeah.
And even if it wasn't, even if she had to rely on other tools, there's so much worthy that we need to keep changing.
Well, that's what I want to ask you about, Leah, because she is a success story, Jordan, but there are families who are dealing with some really difficult challenges because raising a child alone, whether healthy or not, right, whether special needs or not, is already difficult. Now you add the special needs to it and you need a strong support network and system. So you've created it. So tell us how others can join in and get the help that they need.
Absolutely. So I created a website called Loving You Big, and it was for that conversation shift. It was so that we could have real conversations about what was going on in our family. How do we approach puberty? What's that going to look like? Where do I need to be going to buy the things for sensory needs, for example? Yeah, more of you on the TV. And then I ended up writing a book called Loving You Big by the same name. The name has a lot of importance to our family.
Yeah.
And it is putting what a lot of people are feeling in silence out there to name it, that there is a lot of joy that comes and there's a lot of difficulty.
Yeah.
And the difficulty sometimes takes over, and how we can support each other to find those moments of joy and keep the celebration and keep creating pathways. We need more books with children with disabilities depicted in them. There's only 3.4% of stories that have that, for example. So that we can just work together regardless of the ability and the access of your child. To create bigger pathways.
Hey, thank you for what you're doing, Leah. Jordan, thank you for your beautiful smile. Thank you for being here this morning.
You're welcome.
Yes.
How sweet she is.
And we're,
Thank you. Oh, she's making up some fan theories.
fan theories for the yep. We love her. Hey, we're going to have all the information on that on your blog and everything on our website, too. Thank you for being here today.
It's a great thing you're doing. Thank you.
Anytime.
All right, take care.
Bye.
10:23. I love her smile.
I mean, she has more energy than all of us put together.
She's amazing.